This is a piece of wood my husband brought me, and it's just a piece of scrap that when he was working, he's cut off with something, and he knew I'd want it, so he brought it to me, and I'm going to turn it into a pumpkin. So I've took a pencil and drew the top of it out, and then I have to kind of even up the bottom. And I'm not sure really, other than it's going to be a pumpkin, what I'm going to do with it. But right now I'm going to take it out and cut the stem out and even up the bottom. I'll do that there with my miter saw, and probably do that on the scroll saw. Okay, no matter what I'm going to do with this, it's got to be painted like a pumpkin. So I am using apple barrel cinnamon apple for the color of the pumpkin, and then I used apple barrel burnt umber for the stem. And I'll probably have to give this 2 coats. So I'm going to finish painting it, and then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with it, because I'm pretty sure I can leave it plain, you know, put vines on it and different things around the top. But I think what I have in mind, maybe, is to make a wall pocket out of it for fall. But I'm going to finish painting it right now, and then figure out from there just what I'm going to do with it. Well, I got it all painted, and I took it out to the garage and sanded off the edges some. And I did give it a coat of this DIY clear wax. Now I'm going to go around the edges with my brown wax. I gotta get a paper towel. The Jolie brown wax. It's just, it doesn't turn real dark. Get on the edges, and then I'll just wipe it back. Not doing a whole lot. Maybe I just do the whole thing. And then don't wipe it totally back. Try that. I like a streaky look. It's more important up top, because I think what I'm going to do is take my burlap and make a pocket here. That's what I'm leaning towards anyway. There. That's good. I like the way that looks, and it's going to be good and sealed. I'll let that dry a bit. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a bit, and then I think I'm going to use this burlap, maybe not this piece of burlap, this piece I had out and cut. It might work. I think I'm going to have to put something behind it, though, because it's a loose weave, and you can see in there, and I don't really want my greenery and stuff showing. So, and it's too thick to double. So while that's drying, I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with this. Well, I took a piece of muslin and laid down in here, and I did leave it, give it some room. And now, I think that will look better than that showing through. And I'm going to bend this down after I get it glued on the sides. Anyways, I'm going to put this layer on now, And then I'm going to go gather some greenery and some fall florals and start tucking them in there and decorating this up. Okay, this is where I'm at now. I've got the pocket on. I just hot glued it on. And I've got some different florals out here that I'm going to be working with. And I'm going to stuff my pocket and arrange it and see how I can get it to look. I took that bush and I cut it all apart and I got a bunch. But I was noticing it was only $3 for that bush. You wouldn't touch that now for that. And it was from Walmart. But I just had to show that. $3 for all that. And it's nice stuff. Has feathers and everything in it. Well, I believe I'm finished with it. I took the floral bush apart that was from Walmart and cut it into, you know, the stems all off the one big stem and placed them in there, pulled them in and out till I was satisfied with the way it looked. And I added some of the flowers from the Dollar Tree. Not sure if I got those this year or last year. And tied a jute bow down here and gave it a jute hanger. And I believe I'm finished with it. I think it looks all right. All right, somewhere along the way, I lost the video of me showing you what I was making and how I started out. I took the pattern, brought it into my Cameo Silhouette software, and here I have it cut out, and that's my pattern that I'll keep. So let's get into the video now. I have all my pieces traced off. This is the 1/4 inch wood. This is the 1 inch wood. And there's the Scarecrow body, and here's all the little pieces in the 1/4 inch. Now all I need to do is take it out to the scroll saw and cut them out. Okay, I thought I would go ahead and show you this. It's just a little tip. I'll take this pattern that's all cut out, and I'm going to put it in a clear sleeve, and of course put it in my with all my patterns, and I'll make a note on here that I have it saved in the Cameo Silhouette software and the name of the file should I ever want to reuse it or need any to make it bigger or smaller or whatever. I'll know where it's saved and what it's saved under, and if I want to use just the file again, I'll have it ready to go. I'm going to start painting this now, and it's not going to take a lot of different colors. I mixed up the color for the face. Once again, I used the Apple Barrel, Creamy Peach, and Delta Ceramcoat in the flesh. This was too pink, this was too dark, so I mixed them a little bit together and come up with that. Then for the body, I'm going to use my Dixie Belle Terracotta. I have one of these open. I'll grab the one that's not open. And then for the hat, I am going to use Nutmeg by Folk Art. And then the feet and the crow will be black. And of course, I'll do the nose probably in a different color. I don't have it out yet. But I'm going to start with painting the face and then move on and to each color. And that's where I'm at right now. I do have to find my one that's open. Let's see here. Okay, I found it. So I'm going to start with the body. Yeah. And I'm going to do it in the terracotta. See the arms, her pattern, cat hair, had something coming out for arms. I just made it come on down a little bit because I'm not going to put arms on it. And then I'll probably, because your shoe really is covering a lot of it up, I might take a little brown and kind of run, you know, do some floating like right there to make a definition of the arm. But that'll be it. You'll see the further I go with it. It's not going to be hard. Put that there. This will need 2 coats, but I'm going to finish on and paint this up and then do the face and the hat and the shoes. And it's all just basic painting, and I don't want to bore you. Okay, I'm starting to put it together, and I thought I'd better come back and show you what I've done so far. But the face, I did put this on there, and I traced it, and I didn't care for the way the eyes look. So I took it out and totally sanded the eyes off and repainted it. And I just used kind of a triangle and some little white dots and some little eyelashes. And it looks better than it did. It just wasn't floating my boat. And then I cut out a piece of, I printed out some cardstock in this pattern and cut it out, and I've glued it down on there. And I put a little bit of hair on so far. And I used this for the cheeks. It was just some blush. Just went like this. And I drew all this here on with a magic marker. And I need to get my magic marker or something and go around his nose and do something. I will need to glue that on. And I'm going to glue things on for the hair. And I've already got my shoes put together. I'll glue those down on there. I have 2 wooden buttons I painted brown and put some string through. I'll put that there. And I'll put the hair on, the hat, the little bird. And and I'll probably put, I don't know, I'll probably use this around the neck. I'm not really sure. I know I want something to go around the neck. I'm just not really sure. But I'm going to finish putting this all together and figure out what I'm going to use around the neck. And when I'm finished, I'll show you how it looks. Okay, I am finished with that, I believe. And it looked a little bare right in there. So I took one of these little flowers from the Dollar Tree, and that's the only way they'll be used, because I went to use them in something else. That's ugly, and I didn't even notice. I just reached up and grabbed a stem of them, and when I went to put them in something, I looked at that and I thought, no, I don't think so. I won't be buying any more of those. And if I use them, it's going to be where I pull one little flower off. Well, it works for that. So anyways, and my plan with this little Scarecrow sitter is I'm going to put this on my coffee bar. And the next project that I'm starting is for my coffee bar also. Well, the electricity is off. We had a bad storm come through about 11 o'clock, no, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's about 11 o'clock now the next day. Still no electricity. And thank goodness a cool front came in with that. And I don't think it's going to get real hot. I may have to go outside and set later this afternoon. It may be hot in here. But my house is dark everywhere, including my craft room. I mean, you can see it's dark. And I just can't see anything to do anything. So I just come out here in the pool table room. And I want a garland to go over, a fall garland to go on the shelf over my coffee bar, and I want to use the cloth flowers. So I'm going to sit here and make up some cloth flowers, and what little material I had left of that wasn't a whole lot, I just went ahead and tore them into strips. So that's what I'm working on now, and whatever I'm making for this one color, I won't use that many, but whatever I have left, I'll just throw in this little box here. And as I need one, I'll have it, and I can choose my color and what size I want. I have extras, and I can grab them then. And if you want to learn how to make the cloth flowers, I do have a video. They are really, really easy to make, and I love making them. They're kind of addictive. It's something you can kind of relax and sit and do. Alright, I'm going to get busy and use up some of this material I got in my Happy Meal. Alright, well I have my flowers made, and now I have to go get my cinnamon and coffee mixture and coat it real good in that, and then I'll probably take them outside and set, let them dry, but they probably dry in here because it's getting hot, but there's air out there. There's no air in here. It is now 3:30 in the afternoon, and there's still no electricity. My husband's went outside to try to get the generator going so he can hook that up, and I'm sure praying that he gets that done for us. And I've got some strips tore up for my banner, and once I get those coated in that cinnamon and coffee mixture and they dry, well then I can start putting it together. Okay, I'm starting to put it together now, and make sure you put your, when you put your flower on, kind of hang it up to the top, because if you don't, it wants to, if you try to hang it in the middle, it wants to tip. So I was gonna put them up towards the top. I have my middle section on my jute. I have a little mark on it, and I marked my end section. Okay, right there. I'm gonna try to lay that out to where it's, boy, I needed to clean my table off, or still got cinnamon and coffee on it. Anyways, then I'm going to want a yellow one on each end, and on the, in the middle and on each end, and then, yeah, the orange ones on each side of the yellow. So I need another yellow. Let's see, right there's my mark. I'm going to put it about like that. Is that about, yeah. I'm going to let that dry. Come over, and on this mark, I'm going to put another yellow. Whoops. On that mark, and let it dry. As soon as that dries, then I'll put the ones there, and it'll be, yeah, like that. It'll be on each, in the middle of the yellows. Then I'm going to start doing some strips, but I'm going to get this finished, and I'll start doing some strips and show you what I'm doing there. Okay, I have all my flowers on, and I have been working on this, as you can see, and all I've been doing is just taking at random. I'm not worrying about, I'm just looking at it the way I think what color I need to put next. I'm not doing it in any sequence. I mean, I'm not putting a yellow, a checkered one, the cheesecloth, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm just grabbing it and tying them on there. Literally just tying them on. Making sure my stuff's in half. Tying it in a knot. And then I'm starting here by this one, so I will take that and shove that up underneath there, so it will have some coming down underneath it. And I've done that with both sides, here and on this side. That way you don't have a gap down here. And I'm just grabbing randomly. Now, like, I wouldn't probably take another one with black in it and put it in there. I'm probably going to want something with some color. Well, I might take this cheesecloth. That'd be cute up against that. And I'm not making them any random length either. I mean, any particular length, or they're kind of at random. I did have one piece that was way too short, and I didn't use it because it was just too short. Do that and shove that back up underneath there a little bit. I'll just take something with color. And a lot of these strips, almost all of them, well, the brighter colored ones, come out of my Happy Mail box from Sheila. Or I wouldn't have had all these different kinds of material to use. When I saw them, I pretty much knew what I wanted to do with them too. Okay, and you just continue on doing that until I'm going to have it all filled in. Well, I have it finished, and I did trim off some of the tails. Some of them were sticking down pretty long. Not a lot, but just a few of them. And I hung it up with a clear, push pin on each end. And there's what each flowers look like. And I put my little Scarecrow shelf sitter right up here. I haven't started decorating for fall yet. Well, I guess this is considered starting. This is all I have up, but because I finished it and I wanted to display it and show where I was going to put it, I'm not going to go to the work taking it down for a month or so. I'm leaving it. And it makes this wall show up a lot better because it was so dark. And that puts some color to my coffee bar. You can see my other Scarecrow sitting there. That thing scares me occasionally. I'll be walking by and it's like somebody's standing there looking in the window. All right. That's how it turned out. So until the next one, I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you later.